once again from the bathroom with the map on the wall. Today I'm going to be turning into Himiko Toga, as you just saw. So first things first, we're going to put in contacts because you don't want to do it when you have stuff on your fingers. I'm going to put what kind they are here probably, but they're just like very reptilian yellow looking ones from Honey Color. I don't remember what they're called off the top of my head though. They do have my prescription though, so I can take off my glasses. I have already gone through and done my face skincare routine though, so I'm going to be starting right with primer when I'm done with this part. Next, I'm going to put on primer and then go get a wig cap to tie up my hair while it's drying on my face because you want it to soak in, I think. I don't know, I've just started using primer. So I don't really know the rules of it. I like this primer because it kind of blurs your face a little bit. And as you see, we have a friend today. So that's nice. Okay, next is foundation, but first, invest in a little sponge. Mine's from, like, the dollar store. No, it's from Walgreens. Get it kind of moist so it grows a little. And then I think today I'm going to use the same foundation I used in my Uraka video. With a good base going with our foundation, next comes concealer. And I use a mix of this Maybelline one in 10 Fair and this e.l.f. one, which is in Fair Beige. Basically, I use this one first and then this one to highlight after because it's slightly lighter, as you can see. Okay, so now that it's all blended out in a thick chunk on my face, this is what I use. I just put it in a different container so it is easier to get out, but it is the Ben Nye Natural Set Colorless Powder. But as I say in every video with it, it's a more expensive powder, but it's lasted me for like forever, so it's a good investment. But if you want something cheaper, the Maybelline Master Fix works just as well. I mix them together sometimes. And yeah, basically I'm just powdering all under my eyes where it's gonna crease from my eyelids. And I also usually powder right along here on my smile line because it creases there a lot too. And if you're doing a character who's not Toga with this and they have glasses, remember to powder right here or you'll get like really big glasses divots. It normally helps protect from smudging a little bit. Yeah, that's about it. You just want to matte down your face a little bit before you go into some heavy stuff. Next, I'm going to take my Instant Lift Brow Pencil from e.l.f. in the color Auburn. And I'm going to brush up my eyebrows, brush them back a little and just fill them in. I don't really go super crazy for Toga. So next, now that we have gotten the basics down for just a face of makeup, is the fun part, which is eyeshadow and the more defining features of any character in cosplay. I do a lot of reds and pinks for Toga, so I think where we're gonna start is with the Beauty Glazed Gorgeous Me eyeshadow tray that's real dirty now because it's been through a hell of a beating. And we're gonna go into this palette, and we're probably gonna start with the same one that I think I started my Rock eyes with, just for a transition shade, on a more dispersed brush. Let's see what I can find. Okay, and with that in there, we're just gonna darken it up. I think I'll probably go into this shade or a little bit of this one, which the camera's kind of messing up, but the one I pointed to first is more of a red, and then the one at the top is more of a hot pink, and I'm just gonna probably use both of them sparingly just to darken up right here so it doesn't look as pastel. Next, to really darken in the red, I use the Bloody Mary red eyeshadow single, which is broken up because I've used it so much, but I will be just putting that even darker in these outer parts, just that way it's very much saturated. So as you can see, it just looks like I got punched in the eye by a flamingo twice. And from there, that's pretty much what I would do for the outermost parts. I'm probably gonna put a glitter or a shimmer here because I like doing that since it brings out your eyes and your contacts pretty good. I think I'm gonna mix these two shimmer shades. One is like a peachy pink and one is more of a like pink. A reddy pink. I might use a packing brush to do the darker one and then layer the lighter one on top with my finger. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't have much spray to put on this, but let's see. I'm gonna spray it with some of this I think it's like pretty much water at this point. I watered it down to an extreme amount just to get it a little wet, and then I'm gonna go in to the darker shimmer color. And get it packed on there pretty good and just pat it on with patting motions, and then I'll come back. Yeah, so now I'm gonna take the lighter color and use my finger to just pat it on, probably more in the center. So I think that's where we'll call it good on the Toga eyeshadow. I think next we'll probably go into face products and then we're gonna set. So first things first, Toga has some pretty intense blush going on. So I do two blushes for her, but the first one I use is the one I used in my Rock video. It's a cream blush, but you have to put it on a brush. So you're gonna just do that a little bit, make sure you have it all in there, and then I'm gonna pat that on and then go in with another one. I also put blush on my nose, especially for Toga, just because she be like that. Another blush I go into is this e.l.f. blush. It doesn't have a color and it's super broken because I dropped it. I'm gonna gently pat it, and since that other blush was cream, it will stick really well. So brush off any excess and just do the same patting motion. So with that, you have a pretty good base. It's not picking up super great on camera, but you we'll see. Next, what I do is I contour my face a little bit just for Toga. Just a little of this, and the lighter of the two colors, actually I pointed the wrong one. Lighter of the two colors, which as you can see, I need to buy a new one for. Just on your nose bridge, and a little here with a different brush, not this one. It's not a super overpowering contour, just a little bit, you know, enough to show that you do have a facial structure, unlike your Raka. She stole your mans. For Toga, I don't do a super blinding highlight, so I don't like wet my face first. I'm going to use the Nomad eyeshadow, which is this weird pastel-y green, just for my inner corner highlight, and everything else is I'm gonna do with the Ofra Highlighter Star Island. So from here, now that I look shiny, I'm going to take some Maybelline Master Fix setting spray, which I'm almost out of, and spray my face so then I can go on to more detail-oriented stuff and we can be done. Okay, so sometimes I do freckles for Toga. I already showed how I do freckles in my Uraraka video, so I'm not going to bother. But now what I'm going to do is eyeliner, if I can find the pen I've been using. I've been using the Revlon Colorstay Sharp Line eyeliner. So from there, basically how I start all my eyeliner is I go from the outside and then work my way back into it. As you can see, this is one I finished and one I have done. I figured you might want to see the difference between the two. Basically, for eyeliner, do whatever you want. Like, it kind of doesn't really matter. If you have a block of color on your eyelid, it just makes it easier to put on fake lashes. That's really the answer. So now, what I'm gonna suggest you do is start prepping your fake lashes. Find the one that goes for each eye. Usually there's a thinner part in the front that indicates what eye it goes on, so this one goes my right. If they're new, straight out of the package, trim them to your eye size, which just make sure that they fit your eye. Always cut from the thin side is what I've heard. I don't know. I use the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe in black. What you're going to want to do is just coat the whole lash. I'll show about how much you want. Always have more on each of the ends because that's where the most amount of pressure is applied. So start by spooging a little too much on one end, brushing it across. And then maybe just putting a little bit more on each end so you get about that much. So do the other one. Get both of those in a spot where they won't stick to anything as they dry a little because you need to wait for the glue to get tacky. And while you're waiting, you should do your eyelash curling and your mascara-ing. I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyelash curler to curl them up. The Milk Kush mascara. So my eyelashes aren't totally done yet, so what I'm gonna do is go into how I do lips for Toga. But it's basically the same as what I do for your Raka, but way heavier on this red. So you take the red lip liner and put it all in there. Saturate it quite a bit because next you're gonna blend it out. And then next I'm going to use lip gloss and just go along the top. It's a little darker than what I use for your Raka, so it just contrasts them both a little better. Lashes should be done, so try to apply them by plopping them down in the middle of your lash and then moving them. I'm saying this now because it's going to be hard to see. Moving them to the brims of your eye and then just curling as you go. Be patient, it might take a couple tries, but you know, let's go. So yeah, that's about what we're looking at. But of course, Toga is special in the fact that she has fangs. So I'm gonna put a tutorial, if I remember, in the description of how I molded my fangs to my teeth, but you can just use denture glue or anything really to put them in. But mine just slip in. Alrighty. While your lips are drying, they are gonna make things a little sticky, and the way that I molded my teeth to fit my teeth like this was purely for convention reasons, because I bring Toga to a lot of cons. I kind of have to talk like this while they're in, I'm sorry. So that way I could eat during conventions, be able to take them out easy if I needed a break from them, which you can't really do with denture glue, which is my big problem with using it. But it's fine. I used it for like 2 years before I got these ones. In molding your teeth like this, it takes 24 hours for them to set from the time that you mold them to when you can wear them fully again. So do keep that in mind. And yeah, that's my whole Toga phase. Sometimes I will do the blush lines with her, and when I do that, I usually just use a liquid lipstick that dries matte. Like this one from Smashbox I just got would work fine. I just take a little pencil brush and I do it. I haven't done that in a while, but I know some people do prefer that. But besides that, I'll go finish getting into the outfit. So this is the finished product with my new bloody sweater. I hope you all liked it. And I've been Kai, and I hope your day gets better from here.